What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a great night. I had an idea for this video I wanted to do. I did it about a week ago. I didn't get around to editing it, and then I rewatched it, and I was like, it's not really that great. So I'm gonna record it again. Basically, I had a theory. I had some ideas I want to throw out there to you all to let you all chomp on them a little bit about Avalanche's role in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think that's one of the things a lot of people. They know of it, you get Jesse, Biggs, Wedge, and Barrett in the trailer, but that's not really what people are talking about and looking forward to. They're kind of like, what's up with Shinra? What's up with Sephiroth? What's up with all these other characters? When I think one of the key components of the Midgar story of the game, the first game we're getting here in April, is going to be Avalanche. Like, how they work within Midgar. They're basically like a terrorist cell, but they're the only, as far as the original story of Final Fantasy VII goes, they are the only wing or sector of Avalanche still working. Now, for a lot of you that may not know, that didn't play the compilation of Final Fantasy VII and all that other stuff, or just haven't read anything on the internet about it, or you're just casual, Avalanche was a big deal. Like, Avalanche didn't start with Barrett and all, like, Jesse, Biggs, Wedge. That's not where it started. They were like a huge faction that operated in the shadows kind of worldwide and fought against Shinra. Basically, it did start in Cosmo Canyon, like Barrett says in the game. Started in Cosmo Canyon with this guy who learned about, he was doing planet life studies, and he learned about what Drain Mako was doing to the planet, so he starts this rogue faction. Now, there's other characters and stuff in there, in like the handheld game, Final Fantasy VII Before Crisis, and all this kind of stuff. You can research that stuff if you want to, but basically there are characters and stuff in there, and they were a big deal, and they posed a big world-ending threat. I think the character's name was Fujito, something like that. And then you had Elfe, and there's a couple of other characters. Elf, I don't know how you say her name. I think it was Elfe. But basically, the Turks go in and wipe. They have a final battle. Sephiroth, the Turks, Shinra, they all go in and wipe out Avalanche, basically. They had bases all over the world. I think there was one in the game. They were in Wutai. I think there was one in Cosmo Canyon, but they have bases all over the world. So, fast forward to where they're at now. Barrett learned of Avalanche and their cause while in Cosmo Canyon. So that ties to his story and ties to the beginning of Avalanche as well. One of the big things that the game is going to do, I think, is they're going to touch a little more on the history of Avalanche. They're going to touch a little more on all this stuff, especially when you have battles with the Turks, or you get into some libraries and some documents and things like that. You start really researching what the background of this world is. I think you're going to see a lot more Avalanche. I really want more storytelling stuff with them. But just to theory craft for a little bit, for a minute, I really think the side quests and stuff in the game are really going to play through how Avalanche operates throughout Midgar and throughout the world. Because I think when you watch the trailers, I did a trailer breakdown about a month or two ago. I think it was maybe a couple months ago. One of the trailers that came out, you can see other people in Avalanche running, like they almost look like generic characters, running around and fighting and helping you out. Obviously, I think there's going to be a recruitment mechanic. I think you're going to be able to do that. I think that's how you're going to make a lot of your gil in the game, like taking missions, side quests, side missions. I think you almost have to do that in a game, like a big RPG now. You have to throw in other things. I think Avalanche is a really great, possibly untapped component for that. I believe they're going to be doing that a lot, especially when you get out of the first game and you get more into open world stuff. You could find old, like, abandoned Avalanche hideouts, old ruins of Avalanche hideouts. You can, have them be quest givers all over the world. People still kind of like Barrett, hanging on to Avalanche, still kind of trying to fight against Shinra in some small way. I think you could have people like that be your quest givers, and I think that would be a really cool way to throw in extra elements. Now, I think one of the big things that this new game needs to do is reward you for exploration. I want them to really encourage you to explore the world, get out there, get your feet wet, go places you wouldn't normally go, and I think a great way to do that is getting quests from Avalanche people. Like, can you imagine going into old, like, abandoned, like, Shinra reactors all over the world that are just defunct, and going into rundown reactors and polishing them off or destroying them, or maybe they're still slightly active and they're polluting the area and you have to go in. I know it sounds mundane, but I love mundane quests like that. That's one of the things I really love when I'm playing a role-playing game. Send me on a side quest. That's why I love The Witcher so much, is because I can go on a side quest that has nothing to do with the story. It takes me 2 hours to complete it. Now, I do get burned out if all of them are like that. I don't want all the side quests to be like these huge endeavors, but give us something else to chew on if you want to take a break from the main story, if you're going through it a little too quick, if you're burning through the story and you feel like you're going to finish the game a little too quickly, you want to do some grinding, you want to do some side quests. My favorite RPGs are the ones that do that. So I really hope they find a way to do that. I want the story of the members. I want the story of Biggs, Wedge, Jesse. Of course, we all know, if you've seen my other videos, that Wedge is a short order fry cook at an overnight O'Charlie's there in Midgar. He takes off his apron and his stuff and he puts his do-rag on and moonlights as an eco-terrorist. But he's just trying to pay his way through college, man. Avalanche don't pay a lot. You know what I mean? He's got to have a side gig, you know? Biggs is like a male stripper and Jesse's like a tech support person. But I want to know where they're from. You know what I mean? I want to know where they're from. You know, what they got going on. Ties to the world. And maybe, you know, when you get out of the Midgar in the original game, you find out things about, like, you know, Zack. You go to Gongaga and you find his parents, and you find out about Zack before you remember who Zack is. Tell us more about that. If they're going to add new towns to the world, if they add little villages, or go to places that were already in the game before. Have Jesse drop a little line like, you know, yeah, I'm originally from Calm. I'm a Calm girl, you know what I mean? Or Biggs is like, yeah, man, I'm from Medeal, man. I'm from the islands of Medeal, you know. We kick back and we take it easy in Medeal, you know, and just little stuff like that. And then when you go there, you can be like, you know, hey, you know, oh, so you're Biggs' family. Well, just want to let you know that blah blah blah. You know, I think that'd be some cool stuff you can do, and a lot to chew on for the game. But anyway, that's what I hope to see. Have Avalanche be a big part of the game, and make Barrett, make his story unfold along with the Avalanche story, like his central story. Barrett's got a great story. He's got a great story. You know, he was married. He had a great he had a good life in his village in Coral. You know, he had surrounded with good people. They cared about each other. And Shinra came away and took everything. He came in and took everything away, basically. Shinra, he has a definite reason to hate Shinra. And Dine, you know, Dine disappearing and him thinking his best friend's dead, and he starts raising his daughter as his own, and you know, and then finding out that Dine's still alive, but he's lost his mind. So basically, Dine dies twice, you know, to Barrett. You know, like he lost him the first time, his best friend, then he has to lose him again. There's a lot of that you can chew on story-wise with Barrett. You know, you can get a lot of mileage out of Barrett in this game if you play it right, you stretch it through, and unwind that with Avalanche. Maybe the reason they have to go back to Coral is some unfinished Avalanche business. Now, I know you get to Coral to go to Gold Saucer, but there's really nothing substantial about Coral itself in the game. You know what I mean? It's a stop along the way. Now, you can stop and do Barrett's side quests. You can talk to people, and you can find out more. But you can get his ultimate limit break there and stuff. But every town should be an event. You can have Coral do that, and you can do that through Barrett, and you can do that through Avalanche. I think that's one cool way to do that. Barrett's a very, very cool character. As far as like telling the story of this game, there's a lot of levels to the character. I've talked about this in videos before, and the voice actor is John Bentley. Is that it? Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm incorrect about that. But what I've heard, he's doing an excellent job as Barrett. I can't wait to see where he takes the character. I can't wait to see where they take all these characters in this game. I'm pumped. So I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, I think Avalanche should be side quest driven. have it a through line throughout the game. Even if you do, after you beat the game and you can run around and do other stuff, you know, update with new missions and things like that. Well, Shinra's at it again and doing this, you know, to try to rebuild this Mako reactor, you know. I know Advent Children and all that doesn't line up, but they've said they're not going to use compilation of Final Fantasy VII in this, or it's rumored that they're not going to do it. I don't buy that. I think they're going to intertwine some things. I think there's going to be some things in there. I think the history of Avalanche will be one of those things that's part of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII that they will absolutely be using. But let me know what you all think about that. I really appreciate the support and the love. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I got more content coming tomorrow. I'm thinking about maybe doing a stream tonight on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I am going to be streaming either Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VI after I finish Kakarot. So let me know which one you all would like to see. I'll be doing it here on YouTube and on Twitch. If you haven't followed me on twitch.com/RayKaufman yet, or twitch.tv/RayKaufman yet, please go over there and give me a follow. I appreciate it. And you all have a great night. Keep rocking. And the countdown is on to April 10th, so hopefully we don't have to count down any more past that. But you all take it easy. Have a great night, and I'll catch you all the next one.